college basketball as the 25th ranked VCU Rams host the North Texas Mean Green. Good evening. I'm Scott Jackson along with the former Ram, Rodney Ashby, as we get ready for VCU in North Texas tonight. Rodney, and of course, VCU is 1-0 in the season thanks to some defensive dominance and some paint dominance in that opener win over St. Francis.
Yeah, phenomenal night for Santos Silva. Had a great night in the paint, and the defense really took over. That's been their calling card for the last 2 years, and they continued to show that the other night.
North Texas, meanwhile, won their opener as well. They were winners over Oklahoma Christian, knocked down 9 threes in the game. And now tonight they get ready to take on a bigger challenge at VCU. Let's start right there. Who are the ones to watch tonight for North Texas?
Well, for North Texas, Thomas Bell is going to be their strong forward. He's going to have to go up against Santos Silva all night. His nickname is Kwai on the team. He handles the ball really well in tight spaces. He's kind of a shifty type post player, so opposing defenders have a hard time staying out of foul trouble. If he gets going early, it could be a very long night for his defender.
Meanwhile, VCU's one to watch is the guy who was dominant not only scoring but also rebounding in the opener.
Yeah, there was a lot to watch with Marcus Santos Silva, the junior. He had 21 points and 18 rebounds against St. Francis, and was really the inside paint dominant player that VCU's team is going to need for the rest of the year.
All right, let's get to the keys. Let's start for North Texas. What are they going to need to do to pull off an upset?
Well, for North Texas, they're going to have to be able to handle 94 feet of pressure that Coach Rhodes and his team is going to put up against the Mean Green team. They're also going to have to limit VCU to one-and-done shots. If they give VCU multiple shots at it, it's going to be a long night for them.
All right, what do the Rams need to do tonight in order to come out of here 2-0?
Well, look, the Mean Green have a very, very stingy defense. They're going to have to get some easy buckets. They can do that by converting early in transition. They're also going to have to keep the ball hot, moving it from side to side in order to be able to get better shots. And then on the defensive end, they're going to have to guard a very hot shooting three-point team that North Texas is.
Well, it's 136 straight sellouts about to happen tonight as VCU gets ready to take on North Texas. Well, the starting line is to tip off next here from Siegel Center. This is VCU basketball. Welcome back to a sold-out Siegel Center. 136 straight sellouts to be exact. Scott Jackson along with the former Ram Rodney Ashby as we get ready for North Texas and VCU. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight as we see the same 5 tonight for VCU. Of course, the man in the middle about to take the tip-off, Marcus Santos Silva, will be taking the tip for VCU against Zachary Simmons, who is the one to watch tonight for North Texas. We're underway with VCU with the first possession. Of course, VCU in the home whites, gold trim and black. Immediately feed to Santos Silva. And the ball's tipped away, and it'll stay with VCU. James Reese got a hand on it.
This North Texas team is a very stingy defensive team. They really can create a lot of trouble for VCU if they don't move the ball.
Santos Silva is going to take it himself, and off the glass, the bank is open early.
Wow, how about that? Threw it up off the glass. Not really even looking at the basket. We're able to convert that early, picking right up where he left off the other night from St. Francis, where he had a phenomenal night.
He was so good the other night, and paint dominance in that game. Really didn't take a lot of threes, VCU, the other night. We talked about it in the open, and I would imagine we'll probably see a few more attempts tonight. And that ball's tipped away by Jenkins, and Marcus Evans is unable to save it, so it's going to stay down here with the Mean Green with 9 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think they're going to say there was ever possession there, so it should be just 9 on the clock, although now they're pointing at the clock now.
Shouldn't be a reset. I don't think we ever had possession.
I don't think it's a reset either. I think he's just making the guys from North Texas
Great defense right there by De'Riante Jenkins. You're going to have to guard the three-point line. This Mean Green team can absolutely bury it from behind the arc.
And in a hurry with the shot, and it's not going to go, but it's tipped up, and it hits the shot clock, so that's going to be VCU ball. Last touch by North Texas. So for North Texas, James Reese, number 0. Omuja Gibson, number 1, number 3, Javion Hamlet, 23, Dengu, and number 24, Zachary Simmons, the starting 5. And their head coach is Grant McCaslin in his 3rd year, 42-30 since taking over. They have back-to-back 20-win seasons. would get an early foul off the ball in North Texas.
And he's used to rebuilding. I mean, this is a guy that came here from Arkansas State, was able to rebuild that fairly quickly. He's been doing it mainly through the junior college and transfer.
Stolen away. Jenkins with the inbound got tipped and taken away by North Texas. Now, North Texas, they're probably not going to want to push much tonight. As you see there, they had a chance at some numbers and kind of try to be patient against this VCU defense.
One of their key performance indicators in talking to Coach Mack was he wanted to see as many shots as possible, less than 10 seconds. Nice charge right there by Mikael Sims. And look, they've got to be very careful because that is a point of emphasis this year about taking the flop. But he took that one square in the chest, deserved it.
Well, Simmons looked guilty immediately, too, when he just froze waiting for the whistle. And that's his first foul, Zachary Simmons. The other foul went to Javion Hamlet, so a couple early fouls in North Texas. Dariante Jenkins looks for his first three of the season, can't get it to go. Rebound North Texas, and here comes Hamlet pushing. Jenkins did not have a three the other night. Of course, he was the leading three-point shooter on this team a year ago.
You know, they only took 13, which was, an anomaly, really.
There's a three from James Reese for the first points for North Texas in the game, for the early 3-2 advantage for the Mean Green. Sims thought about it. Marcus Evans did hit a pair of threes the other night, and he's going to look at one, then instead kicks it out to Santos Silva and blocked Mikael Sims' shot. Here comes the Mean Green. Again, walking it up, kind of being patient here, kind of jogging it up, I should say.
North Texas being very patient on offense.
Mo Gibson penetrates, kicks it out, and there's a corner three that doesn't go from Reese. And what's the call? We're going to get a last touch by VCU. Or no, they were correcting the call. Last touch by
That's the right
North
call.
Texas,
it should be North Texas ball.
Should be North Texas ball. Yeah, originally they said last touch by North Texas, but it was definitely last touch by VCU. So it'll stay with North Texas, 20 on the clock, and they have the early 3-2 advantage.
And that's the new rule this year. After the first initial, it resets to 20 instead of 30.
Gibson feeds the post. Zachary Simmons backing down Santos Silva, goes the right hand off the glass. Nice move.
Really nice move. Went faked in the middle, came back with that nice right sweeping hook right there. Good shot.
Started all 33 games for North Texas last year as a 10-7 player. Here's Isaac Van with a long two. Off the back iron to make a three, rather. Off the back iron. Here comes North Texas now with a little tempo to him. Oh, Gibson almost walks, but he takes a three instead, misses it, and rebound goes to Santos Silva.
VCU just 1 for 4 from the field so far tonight.
Marcus Evans loses his footing, but is able to keep the possession. North Texas packing it in, trying to make it difficult to VCU.
They're playing basically keeping 1 foot in the paint. It almost looks like a zone.
Isaac Van for three.
That's one way to get him to come out of the paint right there. If you can knock down some three-pointers, has stretched this defensive out, could open up the paint and the penetration.
So 5-5 game. So far, North Texas did a good job taking care of the basketball. And that ball's tipped out of bounds by VCU. So it'll stay possession with North Texas after the timeout on the floor with 15 seconds on the shot clock. But early going. North Texas and VCU in a tight one, 5-all. You're watching VCU Ram basketball. Welcome back to Siegel Center. Scott Jackson and the former Ram Rodney Ashby. Number 25 VCU taking on North Texas. 5-all here in the early going. 15:57 to go in the first half. And VCU having some issues getting the offense going tonight so far, Rodney.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Coach Rhodes talking to his team, one more. He wants them to make that one extra pass to get the rotation off balance for North Texas. And then on the North Texas side, they've done a phenomenal job following their game plan. When we talked to Coach Mack earlier today, exactly what they want to do. They want to shoot the ball late in the shot clock. They want to take good shots that they want, not get rushed and pushed into situations that they are uncomfortable in. So great job by North Texas so far. They've really withstood understood the first 4 minutes, and he talked about, Coach Mack did, how important those first 10 minutes were going to be in this game and be able to handle this type of environment. They don't play anywhere like this in Conference USA. You know,
right.
They're intentionally playing like this so they can be prepared for this later in the season. They're going to play at Dayton as well, and they pick those games on purpose so they can come in and play in these hostile environments.
4-2 rebounding edge here in the first 4+ minutes as well for North Texas. They are a good defensive rebounding team.
Well, they led the league last year in the Conference USA in rebounding, and they get a lot of rebounding from their guards.
Yeah, they're not a big team, but a good team rebounding.
As a matter of fact, last year they were the smallest team in NCAA.
They're tied up, but last touch, we're going to
have 1 second on the shot clock.
1 second on the clock. Well, that was really good defense by VCU there coming out of that timeout. Got to imagine that was a big emphasis for Coach Rhodes. We saw him today and watched some of the shoot-around. Coach was really intense about tonight's game and wanted his team to get ready.
Yeah, look, you got to concentrate. The little things matter is what he kept saying, that if you make mistakes, they pile up and can cost you an unexpected loss.
And the miss off the quick shot from Thomas Bell. Vince Williams, who just checked in, has committed a turnover. So Vince Williams checks in. We did not see him in the opener. Of course, he was in concussion protocol. He is in for Mikel Sims here coming out of the timeout. Vince Williams had such a good freshman year. Big part of this VCU team.
He's going to be able to play spurts until he can get his legs back underneath him.
Getting the pressure of VCU, but North Texas able to handle it. Hamlin gets it across. Wise is in the game now. Larry Wise as well for North Texas. So they've made some subs as North Texas has. Jemiah Simmons is also in the game for North Texas. So 3 new subs for North Texas to join Gibson and Hamlet. And nice bucket there from Jemiah Simmons as he attacks to give North Texas a 7-5 lead. De'Riante Jenkins.
There it is. That's exactly what Coach Rhodes wants.
Over to good shot. Marcus Evans and a good look. Just couldn't get it to go. Here comes Mo Gibson. Thomas Bell III, who just checked in. Javion Hamlet and Gibson, the 2 starting guards out there with the 3 new players off the bench. Almost a turnover, but good defense. Or good
that's
play
a
by
tough
Gibson.
foul
That's a
right
tough
there.
call on Isaac Van. Late in the clock, only 6 left on the clock, and kind of had the player trapped. That's going to be the first foul on Isaac Van and the first on VCU.
Tough call, but the right call. You got to give the offensive player space to be an offensive player. And right there, when they give that cone signal, that's exactly what didn't give him a chance to be aggressive there.
Yeah, couldn't land. James Reese has just checked in, number 0. He replaces Hamlet, who's going to get a breather.
And this is an important part, too, because this second team is really who broke the game open against St. Francis for VCU. So this second team has been very competitive.
So Keyshawn Curry in there with Evans, Vince Williams. Crowfield's also checked in, and, of course, Corey Douglas. So the only starter in the game right now is Marcus Evans. Simmons being defended by Douglas. There's only 2 on the clock. They're going to have to hurry. There's a shot from Reese that's blocked. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Good defense for Keyshawn Curry.
And that's 2 out of the last 3 possessions. VCU has caused a shot clock violation. Phenomenal job in the half-court defense. And that's what Coach Mack talked about, too, is that, people talk about the full-court pressure, but VCU is a phenomenal half-court defensive team as well.
So Keyshawn Curry checks in and pays dividends early with his defense. Now he has the basketball. Gets it over to Evans. Going to feed Douglas as he kick it out to Vince Williams. 10 on the clock. Evans trying to make something happen. Nice dish inside and off the glass for Corey Douglas.
Love how he was able to take one power dribble and use the rim to protect the ball and put it high enough off the glass and good for Douglas.
Bones Highland is by the scorer's table. He's going to check into the next whistle. Wise is going to take a 3. He's off the back iron. Rebound, though, cleaned up by North Texas, and an offensive putback, and good from Thomas Bell.
North Texas take the 2-point lead again.
North Texas doing a good job on the boards. There's a 3 from Evans, and he's got it. 10-9 VCU on top.
Evans, of course, the A-10 preseason first team all-conference. Shows why right there.
Kuzi Award watch list, among other things as well. Get some national attention. Wise for three. And it's going to go in and out. Rebound again, Bell, and again. Bell with a putback.
Bell is working those boards right now. 2 rebounds for him, both of them offensive, and gets points off both of them.
Yeah, 4 points, both off offensive boards and putbacks. Douglas spins, and he gets fouled.
If VCU can get the ball inside like that, North Texas is just not big enough to guard them in the post.
That foul's going to be on Jemiah Simmons, his first. That's going to be the team third. And it was in the act of shooting, so Corey Douglas will go to the line to shoot 2. Corey Douglas in the opener, 6 points, 2 rebounds, and a couple blocks in just 14 minutes a game last year. He was very productive. And Corey Douglas unable to knock the first shot down. He is a 48% free throw shooter last season. So Bones Highland checks in for Marcus Evans. So you have the true second unit out there right now.
Well, you know he answers to Bones.
That's right. He does answer to Bones, and I know that because it's in the game notes, and I've called him Bones a couple times. So VCU and North Texas even at 11. Bones with the pressure defense on Hamlet. Got to love the kid's confidence.
Yeah, he really does. No lack of confidence, for sure.
Came out, took his first 3, and made his first 3 in his college career in the win against St. Francis. But that time, the veteran, Javion Hamlet, able to get to the bucket on him.
Nice knuckleball pull-up right there. Very Eric Maynor-esque for you VCU fans.
As long as it goes in, he doesn't have to have a rotation, right?
Amen.
Williams travels.
Sure did. Drug that back foot a little bit. Again, still trying to find his feet after being out for a week or so.
We get another timeout on the court, and North Texas coming into Siegel Center tonight in front of the sellout crowd and playing the 25th ranked Rams tough so far. 13-11, 11:48 to go in the first half. You're watching VCU Rams basketball. You see Marcus Evans, though, bearing the 3. 1 of 2 for VCU tonight. Evans got 3 points in the game, but looking at the stats, Rodney, during the timeout, I mean, the big stat that jumps out to you right now is North Texas on the boards.
Yeah, they're out rebounding VCU 7-3 right now, and they actually have 3 offensive rebounds and got points off of all of them. So their second chance points right now, North Texas 6, VCU 0. And the other thing that stands out is the fast break points. One of the things we talked about was a key to a game for VCU is to get some easy transition points. 0 so far tonight.
Yeah, North Texas's bench 6-3 so far with the advantage over VCU. VCU in the full court pressure as we come out of the timeout with North Texas on top, 13-11. Sold out Siegel Center, 136 consecutive. Scott Jackson and the former Ram Rodney Ashby with you tonight. Good night for hoops. Hope you're joining us and enjoying it. Tough one early going here for VCU. Simmons tried to thread the needle, but it was tipped away. Good defense there by the Rams as Thomas Bell was the cutter.
Very impressed so far for the VCU's defense overall. They need to rebound a little better, but their defense has been very solid. They're doing a great job of guarding the three-point line and not getting backdoored.
DJ Draper checked in during the timeout for the Mean Green. First we've seen him turnover. Here comes Keyshawn Curry in a hurry. Off the glass. Can't get it to go, though, but last touch by the Mean Green.
He's so quick and so athletic, Scott. You know, that's the second game in a row he's had a chance to finish a fast break point, transition point, wasn't able to quite do it, but those will start falling for him eventually. He's a kid that works really hard in practice and had a phenomenal offseason. It's good to watch him continue to grow.
So VCU still that second unit in there out of the timeout. Here's Bones Highland, the freshman out of Delaware. Curry is going to penetrate off the glass, can't get it to go, and he's going to get called for a charge.
Looked like he was in the circle. I don't know if we can see that again, but it
was close, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Dengu set him up. Number 23, the graduate student who's 6'8", from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Here's a better look at it. No, he was just
well
out
outside,
of it.
Yep.
Just quick Played at North Dakota State.
Well, the reason I thought he was in the circle is there's no way I could have gotten to that fast. He covered a lot of ground quickly right there.
I was just going to say he covered a lot of ground in a hurry. And Simmons almost has it taken away, but sets up a three, and good for Reese. James Reese opens up the biggest lead of the night for either team. Texas up by 5. North Texas, that is, by 5.
That's their second three-pointer of the night.
James Reese. Nice smooth stroke. Here's Vince Williams trying to answer off the back iron. Rebound, Crowfield with a hustle for VCU. Malik Crowfield. Fans love it.
Went up there and got it.
See the starters coming out towards the table. Here's Bones Highland, the freshman, for 3. A little long.
Had to rush it just a little bit. Wasn't quite open.
DJ Draper, though, got the rebound, and now it's going to be Javion Hamlet bringing it up. The next whistle, VCU is going to get some of the starters back in. Isaac Van, Santos Silva, and Jenkins all waiting at the table. Simmons in the post. He's been pretty good in there when he's got his chances. This time the left-hand block by Corey Douglas. Another block for Douglas.
Great defense by the athletic Corey Douglas.
Led the team in blocks a season ago. He's going to pull up for a 3. Oh, off the back iron.
Well, he went from doing something he does really good to something Coach Rhodes probably would prefer him not to do with 10 seconds into the shot clock.
He was open, but, yeah, I would think Coach Rhodes would probably rather see somebody else get that look.
You know, sometimes teams leave other guys open for a reason.
Yeah, he was the trailer, and nobody seemed to be in a hurry to close out on him.
Well, they're, you know, North Texas plays that 1 foot in the paint type defense.
There's Draper with a deep 3. He buries it. Wow.
2 in a row. They're 3 for 8 right now from behind the arc.
Draper had 3 threes in the team's opener in just 13 minutes. And the largest lead for North Texas is 8. Crowfield out to Williams. Bones haven't thought about it. Gets it back to Crowfield, who's going to step into it. He buries a 3.
Love that. Love that pump fake. Sent the mean green defender flying by him, able to take one dribble and knock it down. Great shot right there by Malik Crowfield. He's getting some big minutes right here. Had a big rebound and then knocks down a 3.
And VCU's got the starting 5 back on the table right now, so whenever we get another whistle, Simmons is going to get challenged by Corey Douglas with another block, and they're going to say Crowfield was unable to save it before he got his foot on the baseline, but great job by Crowfield. Really good few minutes there with some hustle.
Wholesale changes. Looks like a hockey change here right here, Scott.
Yeah, both teams with some not quite wholesale changes for the Mean Green, but they at least have 3 new players coming in now. Yeah, both these teams are not afraid to use their bench, and they're comfortable doing it. 8:37 to go in the first half. VCU trailing to North Texas 19-14. Mean Green with 19 on the clock will inbound it. Draper with another look at a 3, and this time he can't get it to go. In and out.
Very Steve Kerr-esque shot.
Dariante Jenkins going to throw it back out to Evans. Evans penetrates, it gets fouled.
And he's so good at that. He gets that first step on you and just beats your top foot. And once he beats the top foot, he's quick enough to hold you off and strong enough to hold you off right there.
Yeah, Mo Gibson gets called for the foul. So Gibson will check out as Javion Hamlet checks back in. A lot of substituting by both squads in the early going here. We're used to seeing it from VCU. It's interesting to see an opponent.
Both coaches trying to find something that can work.
And Coach McCaslin is really using his bench well early. And that's going to be a charge on Dariante Jenkins as he gets set up by Jemiah Simmons.
That's another tough call because what I believe is that the shooter has the right to come back down. And I believe he took off before the defender was in place. But that's not what Clarence thought.
No, the officials here tonight, Clarence Armstrong is the head ref along with Lee Cassell and Wallace Ritecki Jr. are your officials tonight. Again, North Texas handling that pressure well. Yeah, but knocked away as quickly as they sent it by Jenkins. Got Draper from behind, and Santos Silva ended up with the ball. The big fella.
Nice
bounce pass. Isaac Van up and under. The reverse.
Defender turned his back on Isaac Van. He immediately made a cut to the basket. High-low pass from Santos Silva. Able to convert that layup. Maybe.
VCU in a little 5-0 run here after being down 19-11, and North Texas is going to call a timeout. And let's take another look at it here.
Good pump fake right there by Santos Silva. High-low pass. Conversion for VCU.
19-16, VCU trails. You're watching VCU basketball. Welcome back to Siegel Center. Scott Jackson and Rodney Ashby. And here's another look at Isaac Van with that reverse layup to cut the deficit to 3. VCU trailed by as many as 8 just a few moments ago, Rodney.
And, they continue to struggle on the boards. Now North Texas has 5 offensive rebounds and 9 points off of those rebounds. If VCU can find an answer for that, they could probably slow this North Texas team down a little bit because they're actually in the half court. They're playing some phenomenal half-court defense. They need to get the pace of this game up a little bit. It's not quite where Coach Rhodes and his staff would want it. Right now, the pace game is being held by North Texas.
You got to give them credit. They've come into a hostile environment, and as you said, they've dictated the tempo here so far. 0 fast break points for VCU.
And they're going to come out with a little bit of pressure right here. And a lot of teams will come out and try to slow the game down with the press. Not VCU. They're trying to speed it up, get things going, actually get some steals, some deflections, see if they can get a little bit of pace going in this game to get it where Coach Rhodes wants it.
There's almost a turnover. Oh, Van had his hands on it, couldn't get away with it. And Hamlet gets it over in time. VCU harassing in the half-court. Little trap there, and they're going to call timeout. Hamlet gets a timeout before he traveled. Boy, it was close. So, boy, VCU made them earn every inch of the court, getting that across half court.
Yeah, it was a great job right there by that pressure. And that's what they're trying to do is create this double team right there. Puts the ball handler in an uncomfortable situation. No choice but to call timeout to turn it over.
Yeah, Javion Hamilton, the redshirt junior from Memphis, Tennessee, who transferred from Northwest Florida State, was a 2018 junior college All-American. And he wisely took the timeout there instead of turning the ball over, because this place the roof would have come off with a turnover there.
It was funny. They were talking about how they were prepping for this game, and one of the things is they piped some noise in, is what they call the super pit down in North Texas. And at first all they could find was soccer noise, and the coach was like, man, go find some basketball noise. And they had to go out to Apple and buy some piped in noise and able to practice. And they found some deficiencies in their communication game with that piped in noise, and it looks like it's paid off so far for this North Texas team.
Hamlin throws the alley-oop to Reese. He can't get it to go.
Nice set play right there out of the timeout.
Really good defense to the rim for VCU, though. De'Riante Jenkins steps into a long one. He buries it.
Well, he's broke the seal now. First one of the year for De'Riante Jenkins. Like you said, the leading three-point shooter for VCU in the 18-19 season. Finally gets his first one here tonight.
So we're back to even at 19 apiece with Jenkins' his first 3 of the season. And VCU on an 8-0 run since the 8-point lead for North Texas.
Trying to bait North Texas into taking that quick shot.
And the VCU starters have picked up where the reserves have kind of helped chip away at this lead. Starters now a little 5-0 run of their own. And only 4 on the clock. Hamlet's got to hurry. This is not what North Texas wants to do. But Reese puts it up. No, it doesn't get it off. It's going to be a shot clock violation. And VCU now has got a chance to take the lead.
And the monster that is the Stew is starting to awaken. Their fans can appreciate that defense that VCU plays. That's the 3rd time tonight they've had shot clock violation.
And I almost wonder, too, if Coach McCassin doesn't mind the violation instead of a run-out. You know what I mean? He'd rather be a dead ball.
He doesn't want a shot within the first. He really wants it under 10. So he's going to be okay with that versus getting the up-and-down game with VCU.
Or taking a bad shot that leads to a fast break or a turnover. And they're going to get a foul off the ball on Reese, I believe. They're going to get Reese. That's his first. But that's team foul number 5 here with 6:19 to go in the first half. Coach McCaslin not happy with that foul.
He's a passionate coach.
Grant McCaslin in 3rd year at North Texas. Here comes Marcus Evans for 3, and he's got it.
Actually, they're going to count it as a 2. He stepped right on the line. Last year, that would have been a 3, Scott, but with that line being backed up just over a foot, no good. It's a 2-point play right there for VCU.
Well, there are 3 lines out here, so it is a little bit
it is. I agree.
confusing the eye at times. But Evans gets it to VCU, though, first lead in a while. And here's almost an answer from Reese, but he misses it, and they're going to say last touch by North Texas. Initially, he had pointed the other direction. Then he gave you the my fault sign.
And that's not reviewable until less than 2 minutes, so they're going to have to go with that call.
So VCU tries to add to their lead. Biggest lead VCU has had is just 2 points where they're at right now. Here's De'Riante Jenkins for a wide open 3 on the wing, and he's got it.
How about Santos Silva with that nice pass out of the post? They entered the ball and passed. They've been keeping that foot in the paint. Santos Silva reverses that ball out to De'Riante Jenkins, and he buries his second 3 of the night.
The Stews loving it. Fans are on their feet.
Look at this nice pass right here. Nice cross post pass. Jenkins set feet, deposits that.
And we got a timeout on the floor called by North Texas.
Looks like it's just going to be a 30.
Another short timeout. And look at Jenkins again. Beautiful form. And you got to figure after not hitting any in the first game, he was going to come out firing tonight.
Well, we knew that only 13 3-point attempts in the first game was an anomaly for VCU. So the fact that they've already taken 12 so far tonight, they knew they were going to have to take a few more, especially with the way the mean green play with that foot in the paint defense. They were going to create some shots. They're cutting off the paint a little bit on VCU, but nice cross-court pass right there by Santos Silva.
Well, the other night against St. Francis, they had so many buckets in the paint.
It was a layup drill.
It was a layup drill, right? So you weren't going to have as many threes, but as you mentioned tonight, the mean green, they stuck to their game plan, which was steal by Isaac Van. Puts it up off the glass, and no, it's not going to count. It's a travel. Wow. Ooh, that's a tough call.
That is a tough call.
Wow,
Van's had 2 tough calls. He had 1 foul and 1 violation. Let's take a look at it right here.
Here we go.
Gets the steal. Let's see. 1. Yep.
Yeah,
shuffle the feet. Got the third sheet.
Yeah.
Third step. Good call right there by Clarence.
That's why he's there and we're sitting over here?
Yeah, that's right. But, you know, we always have the best view over here.
We do. We get to check their work, which is great.
Yeah. He did it on the first try.
He did it. He got it in live action. So VCU up 24-19 on North Texas after being down by as many as 8.
12-0 run right here.
VCU on the 12-0 run. Bell trying to get to the hoop, gets it over to Simmons. Reese is going to step into a 3 at the buzzer and doesn't go. Rebound, Marcus Evans trying to get it in transition for VCU. Oh, Santos Silva can't handle the pass, but they're going to say last touch by North Texas.
I tell you what, De'Riante Jenkins was filling that right wing. He's hot right now. If he was NBA 2K, he'd have that fire right beside him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He's ready to go. He wants the ball. He's calling for it.
Bones Highland is checking into the game for Marcus Evans, so they give Evans a breather with 4:56 to go in this first half. Fans are loving it, giving Evans a cheer. So the freshman Bones Highland is going to inbound the ball. We saw him run a really nice inbound play the other night against St. Francis to Isaac Van. This time he throws it out deep to Santos Silva.
I talked to Van after the game about that because, man, I should have dunked that shit. And I said, no, man, I like the finger roll.
Santos Silva wasn't able to get a handle on it. He's having a hard time tonight. North Texas doing a good job surrounding him.
A couple of the reserves back, or one reserve, Highland back in.
Yeah, Highland in for Evans. He's covering Hamlet. Hamlet's trying to penetrate, check the freshman here early. Almost thrown away, and it is thrown away. That's out of bounds. VCU ball, another turnover.
Well, it could have been a violation or a turnover.
Could have been a couple of things. Looked like he was using his offhand, too, to get separation from Bones.
Highland's he's a pest in there, isn't he?
He's a good defender for a freshman, you know. I mean, again, he's not the full weight that he'll be by the time he's done in his career here. Isaac Van stepping into a 3, in and out. Santos Silva with the rebound, and they're going to say foul on the floor. Yeah.
That's going to be the 6th team foul.
So that's Dangu. Dangu with the foul, the graduate transfer from North Dakota State.
Look for Jenkins in the corner right here out of this out of bounds play.
Highland gets it back out to Santos Silva. Feeds the big fella. Nice cross-court pass to Van, who finds Sims wide open for 3. Kel Sims can't get it to go. But rebound Van, what great hustle. De'Riante Jenkins attacks, left-handed layup and good.
Wow, it's amazing when you knock down 2 3-pointers, how fast those defenders will come out and rush you. Gave him a wide-open layup to the basket. What an athletic move right there by De'Riante Jenkins.
Sometimes you forget how good of a player he is off the bounce.
So athletic.
He's so long and he gets to the coop so quickly. Again, pressure D, yes, it is a 10-second violation. 10-second violation, another turnover by the Mean Green as the havoc is in full effect here as VCU is on a roll and on a big run. After being down 8, they are now up by 7. So a 15-0 run for the Rams. We'll take a timeout. You're watching VCU basketball. Welcome back to Siegel Center. VCU on a 15-0 run thanks in part to De'Riante Jenkins heating up. You see him bury the 3 there. And then another opportunity at 3, and he knocks it down as well. De'Riante Jenkins also showing you he can do it off the bounce, taking it to the hole. And De'Riante Jenkins now leads all scores with 8 points at VCU. Rodney, after being down 8, finds themselves up by 7.
Yeah, the second team came in and had the reverse effect of what they had prior to in the St. Francis game. They actually fell behind a little bit. First team was able to come back in and rebuild that lead on the 15-0 run right now.
Scott Jackson and Rodney Ashby here at a sold-out Siegel Center. 136 consecutive to be exact as VCU and North Texas. And a good one here so far in this first half. North Texas came out, executed their game plan, and gave VCU all they could handle, build an 8-point lead. But since that 19-11 lead, VCU has gone on a 15-0 run. Part of the chipping away at the deficit started with the second unit, and now the first unit has really taken it to another level for VCU. And now Marcus Evans is checked back in. Vince Williams is in the game as well with Crowfield. So we got a little bit of mix of starters and reserves. And, of course, Jenkins is still out there with the hot hand. And Marcus Santos Silva. But kind of a quiet game for Santos Silva after the big one on Tuesday.
They're really focusing on locking down the paint right now for North Texas.
On cue, he gets it and gets it up and gets fouled.
It did look like in the beginning, though, he was going to have that great game. He got the first
bucket.
possession in and threw it up off the glass. And this is going to be his next chance to get something right here.
Well, they say, these big games, 21 and 18, you got to be number 1 guy in the scouting report or real high up on it. Absolutely. So Santos Silva to the line. He was 5 for 8 from the line in the first game of the season, and he misses his first one here. And again, on the season last year, there's another look at. You could have picked a couple guys on the foul there. Again, that was the 17th foul, by the way. So we're going to be shooting 1-and-1 the rest of the way, and then maybe into the double bonus at some point. These final 3.5 or 3:15 to be exact. So Santos Silva knocks down 1 and 2. He's got 3 points in the night now to go along with 4 rebounds. And the more full court pressures, VCU now up by 8, their largest lead of the game. Bell gets it over to Hamlet. Santos Silva defended out there on the perimeter. Here comes Bell. Turned the corner and throws it away. Vince Williams has it. Williams going to take it all the way. Left-handed shot. Can't get it to go, but he's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Again, that half-court defense for VCU, just locking this Mean Green offense down.
Foul goes on Javion Hamilton. That's his second. That's worth watching. He's been really the primary ball handler so far. He's been handled the pressure pretty well. See what Coach McCaslin does if he leaves him out there. Looks like for now he's going to stay on the floor. So Vince Williams Jr., the sophomore, appeared in all 33 games last year. Knocks down the first. He was a 68% free throw shooter. Missed the opener on Tuesday with a concussion. But obviously he's doing much better. Isaac Vandas checked in for De'Riante Jenkins. Going to sit down. And Williams can only convert 1 of 2. So a 9-point VCU lead. Mean Green got to hurry. And they just get it over with a couple seconds to spare. Gibson picks up his dribble, and they're going to bail him out. Called Vince Williams in the foul. I guess he got his body into him, Rodney.
Tough call.
A little bit.
Tough call.
Yeah, that is.
You know, a lot of times coaches will teach, apply pressure with your lower half of your body instead of your hands. Your hands is an automatic call.
Yeah.
But in that situation, definitely put the offensive player in a disadvantage.
And Gibson really had nowhere to go. He dribbled himself into some trouble. And again, it's just a wall of white. Every time he turns a corner, there's another player defending him. This is clinical, this half-court defense by the Rams here. They're really going. Throw away. And Isaac Van comes with it. Another steal for Van. Santos Silva handled it way out top. Sets a screen. And off the screen, there's a Marcus Evans three.
That's his third one of the night. Marcus Evans starting to feel it.
And a 12-point VCU lead. First double-digit lead of the night for the Rams. And what do we have? We got an off-the-ball foul here? Or what do we have? Oh, we got a flop warning. Flop warning. Wow. Who was that on?
Number 1.
Interesting. That's the flop warning. So that's the sign. It's not a personal foul. The next time it's a technical foul. So you get warned once about the flop. Interesting. It's the first time we've seen that. We heard it was going to be a point of emphasis, but now we've actually seen one called. Gibson thought about pulling up, almost looked like he double dribbled.
I don't think they were talking about it on the offensive side of the ball, though.
It must have been Vince Williams. It might have been a 1-0 on Vince Williams. Stolen away by Marcus Evans. Evans attacks. Oh, blocked shot from James Reese. Nice defense there. We'll have to get clarification during the timeout from the refs. They're pretty good at communicating with us, but I think it was on Vince Evans, I think is what they're calling on
Vince
VCU.
Williams.
Vince Williams, excuse me, Vince Williams. If you combine,
Marcus
Evans and Vince.
I tell you what, that'd be a pretty good player, wouldn't it? Either way.
Either way, it would work out pretty good. Yes, Vince Williams, the sophomore, I think is their call for that. Oh, they looked to run that
they sure did.
inbound play again that worked so well the other night. Baseline three from Evans off the front iron and rebound by Hamlet. He's going to push it. Gibson thought about a three. Instead, he's going to drive. Throws it at the feet of Hamlet. Somehow it gets into the hands of Dangu, who lays it up and in.
Just under a minute to play. VCU's had a heck of a second half. The second half of the first half.
Yeah, 10-point lead. Santos Silva turned the corner, and now he's thrown it away. They can say kick ball. Ooh. A little bit of a break there for VCU.
Should get reset to 20.
So VCU will keep possession with 20 on the clock and 43.8 left in the first half with a 10-point lead. So North Texas had a 19-11 lead, which was their largest, and since then, VCU has gone on a 20-2 run. So that was at 9:22. They were up by 8. North Texas, and now they're down by 10. That 20-2 VCU run. We're going to get a screen off the ball, an illegal screen on VCU. I think they're going to get Santos Silva.
That's almost like the pick in football, right? You're moving both guys running by each other, and it's definitely designed to be that way, but you got to hold that screen right there if you're Sims.
Well, they got Santos Silva, so that's his first. Team foul number 5. Corey Douglas is going to check in. So they got Mikkel Sims, Isaac Van, Malik Grofield, Marcus Evans, and Corey Douglas on the floor right now. Mean Green beat the pressure. Hamlet looking for some help. Gets it back from Bell. Bell with a spin move, kicks it out. And Hamlet with a runner off the back iron, doesn't go. Crowfield with a rebound. Make that Sims now with the ball.
10 seconds. Looks like VCU is going to hold it for the last shot.
Marcus Evans loves these situations. He gets his defender on skates, and he feeds it into Douglas, who can't handle the pass. And we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow is Pointed
wow.
towards VCU, but it's only 0.8 left.
No, it's towards. That's a bad break for North Texas. Is actually going towards North Texas ball, but they only have 0.8 seconds
right.
to do something with it.
Gotcha.
So that's, the coach would just rather not even have had that, because now VCU is going to get the ball coming out in the second half.
So this is where you should be able to say, I want a jump ball.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have the jump ball.
I'd rather the clock run out if I'm the coach.
Yeah, right.
Get out of this half.
Long pass tipped by Curry, and that's going to do it. So VCU, after being down by 8, finishes the half with a 20-2 run in the final 9:22 of the half to have a 10-point halftime lead, 31-21. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, go over some of the numbers and some of the highlights of the first half. VCU trying to run it to 2-0 on the season with a strong finish to the first half. You're watching VCU basketball. Highlights straight ahead. This is VCU Rams basketball. Welcome back. Sold out Siegel Center. It is homecoming weekend, as you see the homecoming court. So far, been an enjoyable homecoming for the VCU faithful. A 31-21 halftime lead over North Texas. VCU trailed by 8 points with 9:22 to go in the first half. They went on a 20-2 run to finish off the half and now have that 10-point halftime advantage over North Texas. Here's some of the highlights. Early going, Marcus Santos Silva picked up where he left off. Of course, he had 21 and 18 in the first game. Tonight, Joe, just 3 points. And Dariante Jenkins and Isaac Van got going. Here's a little bit from Marcus Evans. Finding Corey Douglas, big guy off the glass. Douglas giving some good points off the bench. There's Marcus Evans from 3, one of his 2 threes on the night. Then it was Malik Crowfield's turn to hit one from downtown. Santos Silva with a nice dish to Isaac Van with a reverse up and under. Van had 5 first half points. And straight away, who else? With Dariante Jenkins. Then Jenkins again, this time from the left elbow, buries it. Dariante Jenkins, a couple threes in the first half. He leads the way with 8 points, along with Marcus Evans. Another look at Dariante Jenkins. He did not have a three-pointer in the opener against St. Francis, but's made up for it here tonight. And here's Jenkins showing he's more than just a jump shooter. Yeah, he can put it on the floor and take it off the glass with that long reach and that incredible length of his. And here comes Vince Williams attacking the bucket. He's back tonight, making his debut on the season after missing the the opener against St. Francis on Tuesday with a concussion. So it's been a good half for the Rams. See if they can pick it up in the second half. We'll come back as we get closer to the start of the second half. 25th ranked Rams 31, Texas 21. You're watching VCU Rams basketball. Sold out Siegel Center, where tonight they are celebrating homecoming, and number 25 VCU leads North Texas 31-21. Scott Jackson and Rodney Ashby back here with you, getting ready for the start of the second half. And Rodney's been a good game so far for the VCU Rams. Got tested early, responded, and we'll see how they respond here in the second half.
Yeah, I think if you coach Rhodes, you want to tell him to control the pace and control the rebounds, and you're going to be okay. If you're Coach Mack on the other side for North Texas, you want to say, get back to your game plan. Get back to where you were the first 10 minutes. Be patient on the offensive end. Really work those rebounds. Get on those boards. Don't let the pressure of VCU drive you into taking shots that we're not comfortable in.
These two schools have only met one other time, and you got to go all the way back to 1976. January 24th to be exact, and it was a North Texas win, 89-72. Was that your freshman or sophomore year? Do you remember?
You know, I was not even a thought back then.
Overall, North Texas has not been great against the A-10, just 10-31 all time against the A-10. Of course, back then, this school was not in the A-10 at that time.
No.
Marcus Evans unable to get the first shot. Yeah, it's the old Sun Belt days. Some fun times in the Sun Belt. Gibson, deep three. Wow. That's going to be off the right side.
Well, so much for that game plan.
Yeah, so much for
first 7 seconds, and it was a ill-advised shot.
The one thing Coach McCaslin talked about immediately with us when I said, would you want to, play fast? He said, no.
Yeah.
He quickly shut down that question. He's like, no, we want to use the shot clock.
Did he?
Yeah, he didn't even have to think about it. And a little sloppy there. Isaac Van, a little too deep. They're saying, was it last touched? No, VCU is saying it was tipped, and that's the call. By the way, we got a clarification for the officials for those of you that were watching with us in the first half. And so the flopping call, it was a flopping warning, and it was on. Stop it immediately. It happened at underneath the basket, and they wait until the next stoppage to call the warning out. They don't stop it immediately unless it's the second one, which would be a technical. And Mikel Sims unable to get it to go, but good hustle by Santos Silva to throw it off of the leg of Simmons, and VCU will retain possession with 7 on the clock. Santos
Silva hasn't contributed on the scoreboard very much, but he's really contributed in the non-stat categories, and the hustle stats he has contributed big time.
Isaac Van's going to pull up with a little rain. Boy, he brought some rain down with that arc, but he didn't get it to go. Van trying to set up Gibson from behind. Didn't work. Hamlet swings it around to Simmons, who's going to try to land up a block by Santos Silva. That will show up in the stat sheet.
Great hustle right there.
Yeah, Van did a good job to close out on Reese, who for a minute looked like he was going to get a wide open 3.
Down to 9, 8.
So VCU again showing some good half-court defense here. Hamlet's going to have to hurry and tries to get something up there, and he can't get the rim. So a shot clock violation. I want to say unofficially it's 4, right?
Yeah, 4th.
Yeah, I got him for 4 now. So 4 shot clock violations in the night. And again, I don't think Coach McCaslin loves it, but I would think you'd rather have that than a quick shot and a run out or a turnover and a live turnover. We used to talk about dead ball turnovers a lot with Coach Rhodes last year.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd rather have those sometimes.
Low-scoring game for a VCU team.
And Santos Silva kicks it out to Sims for 3, in and out. Wow.
He's had a rough night shooting so far. He's close, you can tell. That one went halfway in.
That looked good.
Popped out for Kel.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good from Kel. He's got a nice stroke. But as you said, just not a whole lot of success there so far. Reese gonna swing it out. Gibson in the corner, can't get it to go. Goo puts it back up and good.
And that's the offensive rebounding that we talked about. VCU has got to find a way to shut them off the offensive boards. They're scoring lots of second chance points. That's their 11th second chance point for the Mean Green.
Isaac Van will take a 2, drills it. Smooth from Isaac Van, puts the lead back to 10, his 7th.
Again, another nice shot fake. One dribble, knocked it down.
Isaac Van is such a good two-way player. And they're going to get Dariante Jenkins with the hold. Looks like he wanted to throw up a challenge flag.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not baseball, Dariante. You can't point at the other official and see if he agrees or not.
The third base umpire think I went around, or first base umpire? Yeah. He was kind of looking over for some help from the officials. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So that would be VCU's first team foul of the half. Simmons in the post. Santos Silva guarding him. 2 big bodies going at it. And nice little hook move from Simmons. Simmons had some success in the post tonight.
He has. He's got a nice little strong fundamental game when it's back to the basket.
Isaac Van attacking again, can't get it to go. They're going to get a blocking foul rather on Goo. He wouldn't let him, as you were talking about the ability for the offense player to land. It didn't look like he gave him any of that.
VCU much more aggressive offensively this half than they were beginning of the first half.
You're going back to Simmons, who had the last bucket for North Texas. 6'10" in the program. 235 from Abilene, Texas. He had 14 points in 20 minutes in their opener. He is definitely a big guy in there. Rarely do we see guys that can kind of get Santos Silva to move a little bit, but he can throw that big body at Santos Silva and at least get a little bit of movement. Van hits the first and hits the second. So Isaac Van now with 9 points to lead VCU and lead all scores for that matter. 35-25 score.
VCU trying to get the pressure.
Wide open is Reese. He's going to step into a three. In and out. Rebound, Dariante Jenkins.
And that's as good as a turnover for VCU. That's exactly what VCU wants in that situation.
Van off the glass. Can't get it to go. Tip up. No good from Santos Silva. Mean Green control. Here comes Hamlet pushing it. Trying to get into Simmons. Good job by Santos Silva to front him to deny the entry pass.
Yeah, Marcus Evans came over and was going to guard Simmons from behind. I don't know how that would have ended.
Yeah. Dangerously, potentially, for Evans. Hamlet rushing. I don't know if he's reacting to the crowd or what, but he had 13 on the clock, and VCU, good defense again in the half court, able to get the rebound. And we're going to get a whistle, and the foul, I think, is going to be on the floor. Yeah, on the floor, Marcus Evans. Did a good job to draw the foul on Javion Hamlin, and that's his third. That's something worth keeping our eyes on with 15:47 to go here in the second half. VCU with a 35-25 lead. You're watching VCU Ram basketball. Welcome back to VCU, where the Rams have a 10-point lead. Here's little Isaac Van with a smooth two-pointer.
Isaac Van leading all scores for the game so far with 9. To low-scoring affairs so far, just 35 points for VCU and 25 for North Texas. The pace definitely favors North Texas, but as they start to wind down, they might have to pick up the pace because they're going to need a certain number of possessions to catch up with this very stingy defense that VCU has been playing.
Scott Jackson and Rodney Ashby here with you. And festive crowd here tonight with the 136th consecutive sellout, and it is homecoming weekend at VCU as well. And seeing some substitutions. Vince Williams back in for VCU. Crowfield also in the game, along with Evans, Keyshawn Curry, and Corey Douglas is the big. And there's the miss from Evans. Hamlet stays in the game. He's got 3 fouls to keep an eye on. He's been really the primary ball handler tonight. Javion Hamlet, the redshirt junior who has the ball right now for the Mean Green.
Well, it could get ugly quick if they lose their primary ball handler.
Yeah, he's got 6 rebounds as well. He only has 2 points. Doesn't take a lot of shots, or hasn't made a lot of shots, I should say. He's taken 6. He's 1 for 6, but 6 boards. Simmons gets it back to Hamlet. Hamlet's going to have to hurry the runner, and he gets it to go. So Hamlet on cue, as we're talking about him, gets his 4th point of the game. So 4 points for Hamlet. Lead to single digits once again for VCU. Cut to 8. Curry almost lost it, but gets it back. He's going to look to penetrate, kicks it out in the corner. There's Crowfield, buries it. Malik Crowfield with another 3. That's his 2nd of the night.
Crow found that stroke about midway through last season and has just continued to knock down 3-pointers for this Rams team.
So Malik Crowfield with a couple 3s, and VCU back on top by 11. VCU really making it difficult on North Texas in the half court. Hamlin gets fouled on the floor by Evans. Evans is yelling, pleading his case. So that's Vince Evans first, only the team's 2nd.
Williams. That would be an interesting player, though.
It would be. I'm trying to combine the two tonight. So Marcus Evans takes a seat. Vince Williams stays on the floor, and Bones Highland is checked into the game. So Highland, Douglas, Curry, Crowfield, and Williams. Whoa, Gibson almost picked up his pivot foot, and there's a blocked shot with only 3 on the clock. Here comes Williams looking to push.
You can see this mean green team starting to wear down a little bit.
We're going to get a moving screen.
Illegal screen. You got to hold it just for a second. But that's as much of the guard's fault as it is the big's fault. And I'm not saying that because I'm a big. I'm saying that because the guard has to wait to get set. The guard has to wait for the big to get set before he comes off that screen. If he doesn't, it's going to be an automatic foul.
Yeah, they get Corey Douglas on the foul.
I am taking up for the big just a little bit, but that's the real deal.
Simmons gets the easy 2. So it's back to a single-digit deficit for North Texas. VCU by 9. Bones Highland is going to penetrate, tries to pull up and get a shot off, and he gets fouled. And I think that's going to be foul number 4 if they get, yes, it is. Hamlet. Damian Hamlet, that is his 4th. Javion Hamlet, that's significant. Again, he has been the guy who's handled the pressure pretty well, bringing the ball up. So he's going to have to check out. Looks like James Reese is going to come in. Bones Highland knocks down the free throw. So Bones Highland, who was 1 for 2 in his first college game from the free throw line, hits his first tonight. And Highland hits them both.
Nice smooth stroke by the freshman.
Yeah, he was really smooth watching him at shoot around today, especially for the three-point line. He is tough. Of course, the 2019 Delaware Player of the Year, 2-time first-team All-State selection at Delaware as well. And a turnover, almost a turnover. Now it is on the ground, but wow, they come out of it. Draper gets it up to Simmons. DeBell, who loses it, and it's going to be a turnover now. Wow, that was
great hustle.
That possession was
both
a peril
teams,
for
great
like
hustle.
10 seconds.
This is why I love college basketball. Both teams going after it, putting some value on that ball. Take a look at it.
How many almost steals are there in this possession?
Mean green on the floor right there.
Then it ends with a turnover right here.
Smart by Curry to let it
Now,
go.
VCU has turned it over. And here comes Bell attacking off the glass, and he's going to get an and 1.
I'm always a big believer. If you're going to foul him, go ahead and let him have one. Don't let him get that ball up above the waist.
Yeah, it was a light foul, and because of it, Bell's going to go to the line and have an opportunity for a three-point play and to cut this deficit to 8. That's going to go on Vince Williams, his second. Bell misses the free throw, though, but Simmons with a big rebound. Wow. Reese for 3 off the back iron. Draper rebounds it, gets it to Simmons, who gets a blocking foul called on
Sure looked like he was there, too.
Yeah, it did.
But none of that would matter if VCU was not giving up those offensive rebounds, 2 in that one possession right there. Now Simmons is going to get a chance to go to the line, cut this thing down. It's under double digits now, down to 9 points.
Zachary Simmons, a 64% free throw shooter last season, to the line. He was the one to watch tonight for North Texas, and he's proven to be worth watching. He's been strong in the post. Marcus Santos Silva checks back in. And Simmons gets them both. So Simmons converts on both free throws, makes it a 7-point game. So
time to lock back in if you're VCU.
VCU had a lead of 12, was the biggest in this game, and now suddenly it's down to 7. Profield, Santos Silva, Bones Highland, Curry, and Douglas on the floor for the Rams. Profield's a step into another 3. This one's going to be off the front iron and on the floor. I think Santos Silva got held, yeah. Santos Silva basically went between 3 guys to get that board, and one of them grabbed him. That's going to go on Thomas Bell. So team foul number 4 on North Texas with 12:13 to go in the second half.
Yeah, coming over the back right there. Good job by Santos Silva to continue to fight for those rebounds.
Bones Highland gets it out to Crowfield. Crowfield's telling him to clear out. Curry kind of slid there when he stopped. And there's going to be a foul on Reese, who ran into Santos Silva when he turned the corner.
The primary ball handling guards have been having a hard time picking up fouls against this VCU team. Since he's come back in, he's picked up 2.
Yeah, Reese has got 2. You got Hamlin on the sidelines already, on the bench, I should say, with 4. They got to keep that pressure up as they're trying to chip back away at this lead. Bones Highland for long 3, and the shot's long, and last touched by North Texas. Just 4 on the clock, though, so VCU is going to have to do something good off the inbound play. And with that, we got a timeout on the floor with 11:45 to go here in the second half. VCU with that 40-33 lead right now. But suddenly, the double-digit lead is down to single digits. You're watching VCU basketball. Welcome back to Siegel Center. VCU up by 7. Malik Crowfield finding the stroke from the right corner.
Tell you what, he gets those feet set, Scott. He is an absolute deadly spot-on shooter, and I think one of the things that's made a difference to him is this year he's not going to have to hold any of the primary ball handling responsibilities, and in his first 3 years he's had to do that for one reason or another, mostly due to injuries to other players. But tonight, now with Bones Highland coming in, they're able to do it.
Bones Highland going to inbound the ball with just 4 on the clock. Gives it to Santos Silva. To Dariante Jenkins, who's going to have to hurry. He gets his man up, gets his shot off, but it's off the back iron. But rebound, Santos Silva, put back, can't get it to go, though. Wow. Missed opportunity there for the Rams. That was Dangu cleaning up the glass for the Mean Green. So Mean Green trying to chip away a little bit more. Here's Draper from the corner. He can't get it to go. Wow. It's a good look for Draper. He's a good shooter. Bones Highland hurried, and he throws it away. Oof.
Freshman. He's okay with it. I mean, Coach Rhodes clapping and giving him a little bit of encouragement. When you play fast like this, you're going to have some turnovers. And, it's like when I talk to, my kids when they were younger, you take them to a restaurant. You can't expect them to act like adults at a restaurant. You got to expect them to act like kids. If you don't, you're going to be upset all the time. Coach Rhodes has the same philosophy with these freshman ball handlers. You can't have the expectation of they're not going to make mistakes because they are. This is a different game than high school.
I just watched Coach Rhodes give Bones a 5 as he came off the floor. And that's all. I mean, he knows. You don't have to tell him mistake. Here comes Draper, corner 3, hits the side of the glass. Can't get it to go. Oh, and Marcus Evans, who just checked in for Highland, was flying. And VCU was hoping to get a foul. They don't get it. You hear the Siegel Center crowd.
Not happy.
Not happy at all.
I'm not so sure. It was tough for me to see it.
I think he was just diving for the ball.
Yeah,
Let's watch it again. Here we go. He was just diving. Well,
block. Absolute block.
A little bit of contact.
Missed call right there.
Yeah. So good on the fans for seeing that. We're kind of blocked out of this angle, but anyhow, either way, it's Mean Green ball. They're down by 7. 22nd on the shot clock. Gibson slips, has the ball. His shoe came off. Gibson's playing with one shoe right now. So Gibson actually dribbling okay with one shoe, but then he loses it. I think he gets slippery with one shoe. Nice pocket bounce pass from Van to Evans, but he can't finish it. And we get a foul off the ball.
Mike Rose not happy. Wants his best player to be protected when he goes up for a shot.
Kel Sims.
Wally's listening to him, but he's giving him a short leash at this point.
Kel Sims get hit with a foul, his second. That is a team foul, his first. A team foul number 6 on VCU. So, team foul
once
number
official
6.
tells you that he missed it, that's about all he wants to hear about it.
Yeah, right. So, next foul on VCU will be a 1-on-1 opportunity. If it's
7-point game, Scott.
Yeah, it's a 7-point game. Look, it was up 12. VCU had it up by as many as 12, but this Mean Green squad is not going away quietly. North Texas program is really on the upswing, and got to give a lot of credit to their athletic department for the investment they've made into basketball, and obviously for Coach McCaslin and what he's been able to bring in his first 2 seasons and now in year 3. It's a 7 on the clock. Gibson, draws the contact on. He got Evans up a little bit, and
Evans is frustrated because he got walloped down on the other end and he wasn't protected. He gets a little cheap tic-tac foul right here, understandable. This is what Coach Peavy and the VCU's mindfulness coach talks about, though. Now they have to turn the page.
Right.
They can't dwell on this last play. Turn the page, move to the next thing. The team that can turn the page the fastest when they have a obstacle is the team that's going to fare better.
Gibson, an 80% shooter, hits the first of the 1-and-1, so he'll get another.
You see Evans right here politicking and say, look, what happened down here?
Yeah, and he's doing it calmly in a respectful manner.
Well, he's the captain, so they're going to listen to him somewhat.
Yeah, the refs will let you talk as long as you're
respectful. Now, if you try to show them up, they'll end that real quick.
So it's a 5-point game. Things are getting interesting here. 40-35 VCU, and there's a foul off the ball. And VCU fans are sarcastic. Was it a Bronx cheer? Is that what that is called?
Yeah, I think so. But it was very similar plays to the one on the other end. So, and that's what you want out of officiating. You want them to be consistent.
Absolutely.
Even if they're consistently bad, you want them to be consistent so you know what you're dealing with.
James Reese picked up his third.
And I'm not saying this crew's bad. I think they've been fairly good tonight.
I think they have two. And look, this game's been physical. Both these teams playing hard, and there's a foul. And Malik Crowfield, Kel Sims will go to the line to shoot, too. It's a good job by Kel Sims to attack. And you were just saying how, Kel, that stroke's going to come and, get yourself an easy two.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
You can get a layup, something like this. And, come to the free throw line, maybe get that stroke ready, feeling a little bit better.
It's a 78% free throw shooter.
Local kid out of Highland Springs.
Knocks it down. Kel Sims, a senior. Last season averaged about 16 minutes a game. Was an important rotational player. This year starting. Knocks them both down. So Kel Sims, the two big free throws. His first 2 points of the game. Extends the VCU lead to 7. Under 10 minutes now in regulation. See if VCU can lock in defensively. They've been really tough in the half court tonight defensively. Bell with a long three. He can't get it to go. Rebound, Kel Sims. Dariante Jenkins with a three. Not able to get it to go. And rebound by the Mean Green. They are a good defensive rebounding team. Gibson finds Draper in the corner. He'll try another. He is not shy, and he knocks this one down. He had missed his last three. He buries that one.
Hit his first two. Missed three. But
Draper,
shooter's mentality.
No doubt. Draper, he's always thinking it's going up. And that's a travel on Marcus Santos Silva. Pleads his case, but that was the right call. So suddenly a 4-point game, and we got a timeout on the floor with 9:10 to go here in regulation. VCU, which was a 12-point lead, has suddenly been dwindled down to just 4 points. So the Rams, after this timeout, going to try to get it straight on offense. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching VCU Rams basketball. Welcome back to Siegel Center, where things are probably a little bit more interesting than the Mike Rhodes and the rest of his staff would like as they break the huddle. Was a 12-point VCU lead, now whittled down to 4 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second half of play. Scott Jackson and the former Ram Rodney Ashby. And Rodney, what do you want to see the Rams get going here on offense?
Well, I think you'd like to see them get some nice, good shots, maybe kick the ball inside and then kick it back out, work from the inside out, get a paint touch or two before you start shooting it up. The other thing is you want to speed up the pace a little bit. You want to see it get up and down a little bit more if possible.
North Texas has outscored VCU in this half by 6 after being down by 10. And good full court pressure. They just get it across, literally with a half second to spare. Gibson running the point. Draper, who just hit a three to get us to this 4-point game. A few minutes ago, gets fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah.
He's a good shooter, too. Draper's knocked down 2 threes tonight. And as a free throw shooter, we're about to see if he's as deadly out on the charity stripe as he is from beyond the arc, where he was 42% from beyond the arc last year.
Ooh.
This is the free throw, though. Wow.
Oh, but offensive rebound.
A long three, and he's got it. It's Reese. James Reese cuts it to a 1-point game.
Buckle up. It's going to be a tough one coming down the stretch.
He's has not gotten any easy buckets tonight. Has not been able to get out in transition. Fast break points tonight have not come for this Rams team. Isaac Van off the back iron. Santos Silva can't get it to go.
He's had a rough night offensively, but really worked hard on the boards.
He has worked hard on the boards, but just things are not falling for him ever since the first shot, which was kind of a fluky shot. Since then, it has been a tough night sledding for Santos Silva.
He's got 7 boards so far tonight, so he's working the boards hard.
Definitely
just
working
not able
hard.
to convert.
Well, 18 seconds on the clock as they're wiping up the floor here. Dariante Jenkins will inbound the ball. Better do it in a hurry. He gets it out to Williams. Vince Williams hands it to Marcus Evans. Evans going to pull for a 3. Buries it!
Wow, big time. Ice in the veins right when VCU needed it. Down to 1 point. How about Evans extending the lead back to 4 for this VCU Ram team?
Mr. Everything, Marcus Evans comes through when they need him to. We saw him do that so many times last year, Rodney. The best play was, well, let Marcus Evans make something happen, and we saw it right there. What a big bucket.
Now, look, when they come back, they're still only going to have 5 seconds to get the ball across the
timeline, yeah.
timeline.
Although now the shot clock is dead on this end, but I think they'll figure that out. So there's a timeout on the floor after the Marcus Evans 3 to put VCU back up by 4. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching VCU basketball. Welcome back to Siegel Center. We got a clock malfunction with VCU on top, 45-41. Scott Jackson and Rodney Ashby. And, well, is there an electrician in the house?
Yeah, we're working on it. Got the VCU Siegel Center facilities crew, Nate Doherty over there trying to get it worked out.
Yeah, it's just on this one end on the right side, which is the VCU basket. On the North Texas side, the clock is fine. So
they have an option. They could bring out alternate
that's what they're
backup.
doing.
Yep, here we go right here.
We got the alternate clock coming out here. VCU, by the way, with the 4-point lead, they led by as many as 12, but give North Texas a lot of credit, playing a strong second half, not going away. This is a team that came in with a game plan, and they've been able to stick to it, Rodney, making VCU play the half-court offense. They're, as you say, keeping a foot in the paint. They're not letting them get in transition. And so far, it's kept them in this ball game.
So in the we talked about in the pregame how if they could have it close down the stretch, that they could have a chance. The pace has definitely been in their favor. VCU wants the ball, the score, in that 70s, low 70s range or higher. And the Mean Green has done a phenomenal job at keeping the pace right where they want it. I could probably say 20% of the possessions they've maybe shot ill-advised shots, but other than that, they've really controlled the pace and really worked the offensive rebounds to continue to get second chance points, and that's kept them in this game because they needed to find a way to score, not in the half-court offense. VCU is so good in the half-court offense. They found ways to chip away at this game, been very patient, very patient. They didn't try to get it all back in one possession.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to go to this alternative clock as the one above the basket is out. So the Mean Green will have just 5 seconds also, I believe, to get the ball
I agree.
Grass half court once we come back. But we'll, because they had to burn a timeout once they get that set. But the clock, they keep turning it on, and it's synced up with the main clock, but then
they're trying to get some knots out of the cord.
Yeah, well, you
looks
got
like
that
your Christmas lights, Scott.
Well, and here's the
probably
thing.
already got those things hung, don't you?
Yeah,
it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
The good news is it's going towards the VCU bench. So if needed, like Mike Rhodes or obviously one of the assistants, the players can yell out where the clock is for VCU as far as that goes. If it was going the other way, it might be a little bit trickier. But they're going to work this out, and we'll see if the Rams can get some things worked out. Interesting to see just the lack of fast break points tonight. And obviously, a team that came in here and has played VCU to a draw in terms of rebounds as well. North Texas is 26 rebounds, and VCU has 26 rebounds here so far.
Longtime official Jerry Stone right there sitting right in front of he could come over here and explain what they do in this type of case. Worked several ODAC and Division III national championships.
So they've now propped it up on a box, as you can see, so you can see it a little bit better. You just got to make sure whoever that guy's seat is right there, or lady's seat who's not there, when they come back from the bathroom, they know the shot clock's going to be here tonight, so you might have an obstructed your seat the rest of the night.
It's the best they can do.
VCU is.
So we talk about the delay in this
Texas
game,
in the
too. You know,
bonus as
it's
well.
starting to get a little tighter. Is VCU getting more time to think about this 4-point lead that they have? Are they going to tighten up a little bit, or is it going to give them a chance to kind of reset, start back over again, and get loose and see if they can get up and down the court?
You know,
if you're the Mean Green, you're starting to wear down a little bit. You could tell that you're starting to wear down a little bit. That rest was probably pretty good for them.
Well, you got to think, too, you know, if there was a trap game for VCU, this could have been the trap game, right, with the ranked opponent coming in here Wednesday. Had a good opening night. See if they can clamp down here in these final 7:55. The half-court defense has been very good, though. Can't complain about that. So here, inbound Texas. Simmons gets it. The clock's not starting. The clock's not starting. The refs have figured it out. Yeah, the clock never started.
Tough break right there by VCU.
Yeah, the clock did not start.
Now, the precision time belts that these guys wear, the majority of the time, they're responsible for starting the clock. There is an override over at the scorer's table.
Yeah, so the clock now, they're taking the time back off the clock of the shot clock part of it, not the actual game. The actual game clock started. It was the shot clock that did not start. So now the refs are going to sort this out at the table. And we're going to have a quick little huddle up for both coaches. Opportunity to take a mini timeout.
Well, how about Mean Green? They still haven't gotten the ball across half court.
They still have not. He's calling them over. And apparently out of the timeout.
So now they're going to have 10 seconds to get the ball across the court again. Well, one official says 4, the other says 10.
4 is what Mike Rhodes is saying.
Yeah.
So Texas, North Texas with just 10 on the shot clock now. Dangu attacks an easy slam. Wow. Blown assignment there, and Goo gets the dunk, cuts it to 2. Van gets it hit away from him by Gibson, stays with VCU. (45-43) the score. Rams on top. But it's getting a little bit too close for comfort.
Every possession counts when it comes down to this.
Dariante Jenkins kicks it over to Williams in the corner. Williams has it knocked away, and he loses it.
And that's VCU's 16th turnover
So
of the night.
North Texas is going to have a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Be their first lead since the first half.
Crowd starting to get into it here at VCU.
And the Rams are going to need this sellout crowd to get on their feet. Reese with the 3, can't get it to go. Boy, he was going for the lead. And the ball's last touched by Dariante Jenkins. Jenkins pleaded his case, thinks that the ball was hit by a North Texas player, but referees sticking with a call with 20 on the shot clock. It'll be Mean Green. Possession. Into Simmons. Simmons to Reese. There's a moving screen, and they got a call. Easy call is Isaac Van. See if he's okay. He took a pretty good shot to the face. So Simmons with his 3rd personal. Van's going to get up slowly.
Very similar plays we saw down here on the other end with Corey Douglas. You see right here, handoff, leaned into it just a little bit. Not a flagrant, but definitely lead into it just enough.
Well, again, we were talking earlier about Vince Williams, ran into Santos Silva's shoulder in practice and a concussion. I mean, you're talking about a pretty hard collision that Isaac Van took. Now, he got up. He's a tough guy, but you got to wonder if he knows where he is right now. I mean, first, the sight, it looks like, is an issue for him, but you also got to wonder how his head feels. That was a pretty hard hit. So he's going to check out of the game. VCU keeps possession.
Crowfield checks in for him.
So Crowfield is out there with Evans, who's bringing the ball up. Jenkins, Santos Silva, and Williams. Evans throws it over to Williams, and he's going to get called for a charge.
Block.
Or is it going to be a block? They're going to get a blocking foul. Okay. Dangu.
And they're going to get a chance to go to Evans. Going to go to the line for 1 plus the bonus.
Was trying to slide under him, but instead he gets called for the block. So with 6:39 to go in the second half, VCU hanging on to a 2-point lead. Marcus Evans will go to the line and shoot the 1 plus the penalty. Knocks it down, so Evans will get another. Suddenly Marcus Evans has got 12 points to lead all scorers. Evans now with 13, and VCU's lead back up to 4. Reminiscent of last year, Rodney, when Marcus Evans would come in and kind of close out games.
He's just got that going, that type of DNA, Every coach would love to have one of those on the court.
Simmons gets it up to Draper. Draper over to Gibson.
Coach Matt calling the play.
Reese. Turns it over on the floor. Nope, still loose. And we're going to have a jump ball.
And it's going to be mean green ball. Remember that jump ball at the end of the first half with 0.8 seconds to go. VCU got it at the beginning, so now mean green North Texas gets it now. Great hustle by both teams, just getting down on the floor.
Coach McCaslin thought it was a foul. He thought either Crowfield or Williams got his player, but so Mikael Sims back in the game for VCU. It's going to be Kell along with Evans, Crowfield, Santos Silva, and Jenkins. So he replaces Vince.
With 11 seconds on
Williams.
The shot clock.
Just 11 on the clock. And there's a push-off and an easy pass and slam to Simmons. Wow, Gibson might have got away with a little use of that off arm. Evans attacking, and he's going to call for a charge this time. This time they set him up for the charge.
Turn the page if you're VCU. Move on. You've got a 2-point lead. You've had a couple calls not go your way. Turn the page.
Yeah, frustrations from
If you're North Texas,
Marcus
you want to come down and be patient. Execute the game plan that your coach gave to you prior to the game. Want to take as much time off the clock as possible. Get it down under 10 seconds and try to knock one down.
Bell turns it back out to Gibson. Shot clock ticking down to 10 now. Gibson trying to get past Evans. Evans leaves his feet.
He's had good success on this post.
Simmons has got to hurry, though. He's going to shoot a fadeaway J, and off the mark, rebound Jenkins. Jenkins bringing it up the floor. He has it taken away, though, by Gibson.
18.
Gibson is Draper for the lead. And it goes. North Texas back on top, 48-47. The Mean Green bench is going wild.
They've never won in the state of Virginia.
Jenkins almost has it taken away. Reese gets a little physical, pushed him, they got him. So Reese, I believe that's going to be team foul number 10, so we're in the double bonus.
And that's going to be 4 on Reese.
That's a big foul on Reese, so he's got 4.
And, he was the one that came in
for Hamlet.
Yeah, who also has 4.
Yeah, who's got 4 as well.
And they've done all this with Hamlet on the bench.
Right. Yeah, and Draper has hit some big threes, including that one that gave North Texas their first lead since the first half.
How about the confidence of Coach Rhodes? Got his freshman sitting at the scorer's table.
Here's Dariante Jenkins, who was the team's leading free throw shooter last season. One of the league, well, I shouldn't say the lead free throw shooter. He was second on the team, 75%, knocks it down.
So what you need right here out of Bones Highland after Jenkins makes this is a good, minute until the under 4 timeout with solid point guard play.
Knocks them both down. So Jenkins makes it a 1-point lead for VCU. And Keyshawn Curry's going to check in. Bones Highland's going to check in with 5:05 to go. And now Corey Douglas is going to check in.
And this is Coach Rose getting his guys rested for the down the stretch. He knows he's going to need his starters coming down the stretch. He's going to give a nice minute and 5 seconds of game clock rest, and then get them back in for after the under 4 timeout.
Crowfield on Gibson. Gibson gets it across with a few seconds to spare. Crowfield's been really solid defensively tonight. Entry pass to Simmons. Back out to Reese. Reese going to take a tough 2. A fadeaway. Can't get it to go. Rebound Crowfield. Crowfield's coming with some big plays tonight for VCU.
He sure has.
Coach Rhodes telling him to
Good look for a play for Crowfield right here.
Highland almost throws it away. Crowfield keeps it. It's only 6 on the clock. Curry for a long one. Can't get it to go. Chases the ball, but here comes the Mean Green down by 1 with coming up on the 4-minute mark left in the second half. Gibson trying to feed Simmons. He does. Corey Douglas defending him. Gets Douglas in the air. Simmons, nice move. Can't get it to go, though. Rebound, Kel Sims. Wow, good defense by VCU on Simmons. Kel Sims from deep, off the front iron. Ball popcorns around, and a putback from Corey Douglas.
Nice tip right there by Crowfield. Douglas able to corral it after the tip from Crowfield and put it in the basket. VCU up 3 with just 3 minutes and 12 seconds to play.
51-48 VCU. Ball on the floor. Curry goes for it. He's going to call for the foul. Curry undercut Gibson, and they're going to get him for it with 3:08 to go.
We'll have our final timeout of the game. Media timeout.
Final media timeout. And again, the score 51-48. VCU on top with 3:08 to go. Let's get another look at Corey Douglas following up the Kel Sims miss.
Just great hustle all around. Crowfield with a nice tip. Douglas stayed after it.
And VCU on top by 3 with 3:08 to go. Can they hold on? Welcome back to a sold-out Siegel Center where VCU's hanging on 51-48 with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the second half as the Rams try to avoid the upset. North Texas is coming here to play tonight, Rodney. Every time it feels like VCU's getting some breathing room, North Texas comes back.
They've done a phenomenal job executing their game plan, and they just need to hold on for another 3 minutes and 8 seconds. If they can take it down to 1 or 2 possessions when you get to under a minute, that's exactly what you want when you come in and you're playing a top 25 team like VCU. So just a quick game reset. You got 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go. You've got the Mean Green at the line shooting 2.
Reese knocks down the first. Cuts it to a 2-point game. So James Reese, who's played some really good minutes here tonight for the Mean Green, knocks them both down. So James Reese, transfer from Odessa College.
It's a 1-point game.
4-point game, 4 points in the night. It makes it a 1-point game with 3:03 to go. More VCU starters getting ready to check back in. Santos Silva and Dariante Jenkins. But for now, it's a mix of starters and reserves out there, including Crowfield, who's been really good tonight. He feeds the post to Douglas. Back out to Kel Sims. Sims drives, little runner, can't get it to go. And tipped last by Douglas. So 2:42 to go. VCU hanging on to a 1-point lead.
That makes Sims 0 for 6 on the night.
Wow. So Santos Silva checks in for Douglas and Jenkins for Curry. So you have
the starting lineup minus Van with Crowfield in for Van.
And I see Van behind the bench, so I don't know if he's coming back in. And Sims hits the deck. Here comes Bell pushing off his left hand. And he can't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound. And a 3 doesn't go. Rebound VCU. Was 3 VCU players were fighting for that ball. Jenkins got it and handed over to Marcus Evans. So 2:23 to go. Marcus Evans swings it over to Sims. To Jenkins, inside to Santos Silva out in the corner. Here comes Crowfield. Back out to Sims, straightaway three. He's got it!
How about that? 0 for 7. 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to play, and Sims pulls the trigger to knock down a big-time 3 to put VCU up 4.
He was due, and he knocked it down, and it's a 4-point lead for VCU. We're under 2 minutes to go here in regulation. The Siegel Center crowd loves it.
How about that shot by Sims?
Draper for 3. He's trying to answer for the right corner, and he does.
Back and forth. It's like a heavyweight fight. Coach Matt calls his final timeout of the game.
DJ Draper's got 4 threes for North Texas and 12 points.
You got to love a guy knocking down three-pointers with the number 55 on.
No doubt about it. So 1:39 to go. VCU hanging on 54-53. What a game. Let's take another look at Crowfield first.
Nice cross pass,
Sims.
One more. Sims knocks down 0 for 6 on the night, buries the big-time 3 to put VCU up 4, but coming right back down to the other side, Draper knocks down his 4th three-pointer of the night.
He's a former walk-on from Bedford, Texas, Birdville High School, DJ Draper, redshirt senior. And he played 9 minutes in the team's opener. Played a lot more than that tonight, and he had in that game he had 9 points in just 13 minutes. Tonight he has been on fire.
And he's the only player held over from the previous staff that's still on the team.
He's played over 20 minutes tonight after playing 9 against the Division II squad. And
hey, look, you knock down 4 three-pointers, you earn some minutes.
Yeah, you're
especially against you're playing the top 25 team in the school in the country.
Yeah, VCU at 25, front of the name, certainly comes with a cost, right? I mean, teams come in here. There's an opportunity, big time opportunity. We saw it from St. Francis. They gave them the best they had, and tonight we're seeing that from North Texas as well. So VCU will have the ball. 1:39 to go after the Draper 3, protecting a 1-point lead.
1:39 to play.
So still lots more possessions in this game for both teams. Trap. VCU's able to break the pressure. Sims gets it across the half-court line. We give it back to Evans. Pretty much the starting 5 except with Crowfield in for the injured Isaac Van. He's going to feed Santos Silva. Jenkins drives, loses it for a second. Back into Mikel Sims again for 3. Got it again!
Unbelievable!
Mikel Sims, another big-time 3 to put VCU back on top by 4. He
starts his night out 0 for 6 and then buries the last 2 just under the 2-minute mark.
And a steal by Santos Silva. Oh, big collision. And that's going to be a last touch on Santos Silva.
They can review this because it's under 2 minutes. They're going to go and take a look at it to ensure that that's what it is.
I really thought there could be a foul, to be honest with you. I thought maybe they would get Bell for the foul, but again, I guess it's a loose ball. They're both fighting for it, and it's a collision.
They're saying they're going to re-look at it. Let's take a look at it here.
I think it was touched last by Santos Silva from that angle, but again, they can't go back and call it a foul now. But
no, but the possession is reviewable.
Absolutely.
Another new rule this year coming down the stretch, if it comes up, is that you can also review goaltending calls in the last 2 minutes.
Unless they can say that Bell got his hand on the inside, it's hard to tell from there.
They've got a couple more angles over there, but they didn't take long to look at it.
What are they saying?
Stays North Texas ball.
All right, they're saying stays North Texas. 57.8 to go in regulation. It's a 57-53 game. VCU hanging on. They got 8 seconds to get it over because that was 2 seconds knocked off. So 8 seconds to get it over now for North Texas with 57.8 to go. So Thomas Bell, who was with that collision with Santos Silva, he's going to inbound the ball. Gets it into Gibson. Being defended by Marcus Evans. Gibson gets it across in time.
Rams fans on their feet.
Hamlet back in the game. We haven't seen him for several minutes. And he's back in. Gibson for the corner. He's got it. Are you kidding me?
Back and forth.
Mo Gibson with a big-time 3 and then a quick foul on Gibson, his third. And going to the line is going to be Marcus Evans. Wow. Gibson with a big three to cut it to 1.
I still can't get over Sims starting the game out 0 for 6. We were just talking about it. Knocks down 2 big-time three-pointers in a row. But North Texas answered with 2 of their own big-time three-pointers. Marcus Evans at the line.
77% free throw shooter a year ago was Marcus Evans, and he misses the first. And suddenly, this one becomes even bigger with 40.9 to go. And, of course, VCU.
You'd like to make this one so you can set up your press.
Misses both of them. 1-point game. Under 40 to go now. North Texas with a chance to take the lead. There's about a 10-second clock differential from the shot to the game clocks.
You want to be one and done right here if you're VCU. You want to get the block out after the shot.
Here comes Simmons in the post. Marcos Santos Silva on him. Back out to Gibson, who drives. He loses it for a second. Keeps it. And it's taken away by Evans. He stays in bounds, and Dariante Jenkins has it, and he's going to get fouled. Wow, what a defensive stand by the Rams.
Great job. Now you've got Dariante Jenkins with 10.5 seconds left to go in the game. VCU's best free throw shooter a year ago. So far tonight, Jenkins is 2 for 2 from the line.
Jenkins 75% from the line last year, and you said 2 for 2 tonight.
9 seconds or 10.5 seconds to play.
Yeah, just 10.5 to go.
No shot clock.
Now, even if he hits both of them, obviously North Texas would have a chance to tie. But again, 2 shots. Knocks the first down, so it's a 2-point game.
So now if you're VCU, you just don't want to give up any threes, and you definitely do not want to foul the 3-point shooter if you're VCU.
Well, the question is, if he makes it, do you foul? If he makes this shot, we'll find out.
No, too much time on the clock.
So Jenkins. Gets them both. 3-point game. VCU 59-56. Last chance here for North Texas.
No foul.
To at least, with a 3, get it to overtime. Here comes Hamlet in a hurry. He's going to try to get it out to the 3-point shooter. Gibson, but it's taken away by Crowfield, but it'll stay with North Texas. 3.5 to go. 3.5 to go. North Texas ball.
If you're VCU, you don't mind giving up the 2 here, but you do not want to give up the 3-point play. You've got to guard the arc right here.
See what Mike Rhodes is yelling from the bench, making sure they get out on 3-point shooters. Again, as you said, the 2 can't hurt you here. Up by 3 with 3.5 to go. Hamlin trying to get it in. He's got to hurry. He gets it out to Gibson, who's going to have to hurry a shot up. 2 seconds, 1 second, he pulls up, and desperation
did not get it off.
Doesn't get it off, and I don't think his feet were down, and VCU hangs on to win by the final of 59-56 over North Texas. What a game.
I tell you what, this came down to a big-time heavyweight fight, banging out three-pointer to three-pointer, but VCU holds on by Mikel Sims knocking down 2 big-time three-pointers, and then Dariante Jenkins sealing the deal from the free throw line.
So VCU holds on and improves to 2-0, beats North Texas by the final of 59-56. So the look-ahead game, if you will, doesn't come back and hurt them as they get the W and get ready now for LSU. We will take a look at some of the final numbers and some highlights coming up on the other side as VCU hangs on at homecoming by the final of 59-56. You're watching VCU basketball. Welcome back to VCU. This was the last defensive stand for the Rams tonight in the 59-56 win over North Texas. And as you see, Gibson wouldn't have counted even if the shot went up and in because the clock had gone off.
Phenomenal play right there by defense, by VCU's defense. They have always been so good in the half-court defense. It gets overshadowed sometimes by the turnovers that the full-court defense causes, but tonight it was a tale of the half-court defense. They had multiple shot clock violations, but at the end they were able to guard the three-point line and skate out of here with a 3-point win.
What a win for the 25th ranked VCU Rams. So 2-0, and yes, LSU to come. And a little bit of the second half highlights there. You see Isaac Vann, who unfortunately did not finish this game, took a hard, shoulder to the head, and we never saw him again. But big bucket there from Malik Crowfield for 3. And you see Curry with the penetration and getting it to the wide open Crowfield, who hit some big plays tonight, Rodney. Not just
he
scoring,
did. He had a couple big
rebounds,
a couple good defensive stops, because the second to last defensive stand, he was the one that got the steal. So phenomenal effort for both teams. You know, if you're Coach Mack for North Texas, you got to be excited about how he played, although there's no moral victories on as far as he's concerned. But they did give VCU and the number 25 team in the country all they could handle tonight.
Big bucket here from Marcus Evans when VCU was in a real rut offensively. And, of course, Kel Sims.
I mean, if you're Kel Sims, how excited are you? You start out, you're 0 for 6 on the night. You come down with less than 2 minutes to play, and you knock down 2 3-pointers back-to-back to put your team up. Now, hey, North Texas hung in there. They came back with 3-pointers of their own. But then De'Riante Jenkins, with the ice in his veins, able to finish it from the free throw line.
Yeah, 59-56 win to the end for VCU, and they'll take it. And it was interesting watching them in shoot-around today. I think Mike Rhodes maybe sensed that his team needed a little extra, and they were able to get the win tonight, 59-56. For our crew here at Siegel Center, thanks to everybody for the night. For Rodney Ashby, I'm Scott Jackson saying so long. Once again, VCU, a 59-56 win. You've been watching VCU basketball.